Hello, sir. Welcome to Electrical Mirror podcast.
Thank you.
Electrical Mirror is one of the prestigious publication that give you every insight of what's happening in the electrical world. We are here at ElAsia 2026, covering what is happening, what are the new updates for you, and with me, I have Mr. Shashi from Polycab. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much. Thanks
So,
a lot.
can you please start with a brief with what your company is about, what the product that you provide for the consumers, and how it actually deals with all the
Uh,
manufacturing?
Polycab is today India's largest wire and cable company. Globally, we are number 12 as far as wire and cable business is concerned. So we produce all sorts of cables like your house wires, flexibles, instrumentation cables, power cables, control cables, medium voltage cable, high voltage cable up to 220 kV, and for various applications like solar, wind, shipbuilding, then your marine application. So we are there everywhere. Currently, we do not have extra high voltage in our portfolio. So there is a capex happening. We are putting up a greenfield EHV plant which can produce cables up to 500 kV. Once we are in the EHV segment, we are there in all the segment. This is as regards cables are concerned. About 12 years back, we ventured out into FMEG products, like we are into fans, we are into switches, we are into switchgear, and we are also into lighting and luminaries. And recently, we have added cable accessories also. We have acquired a company called Dowels, who are into glands and lugs. Then 3 months back, we launched high voltage jointing kits and terminations. We also launched cable trays. So basic objective is to provide a solution to a consumer where I will give you cables, cable accessories, your switches, switchgear, so that the safety of the end consumer is taken care of.
So, sir, now that you have talked about wires and everything, it's something that lies behind the wall and people do not pay much attention to it. So, when we talk about innovation, it's such a small field but has a lot of impact on how the consumer safety is going to be. So, what kind of innovation factors you guys take care of while manufacturing the cables for the consumer?
If you look at, you will hear about fire.
Right.
People die mainly because of suffocation. Whenever you read in newspaper or whenever you hear, you say that this so and so place is caught fire, but X number of fatality happened because of suffocation. So insulation plays a major role. Your polymers, your like PVC plays a major role. What type of product you are using in that cables. If you look at cable, is I would not say a commodity product, it's an art, but people treat it as a commodity product. The basic insulation is your basic conductor is aluminum, copper. For telecommunication, you have optic fiber conductor. What matters a lot is what is the type of insulation you're using. So that varies depending upon the application. Like for example, house wire. In good old days, it used to be only PVC wires.
Right.
Then about 2 decades back, we introduced flame retardant PVC. Then we also have flame retardant low smoke PVC. Then we have zero halogen compound. Zero halogen compound is not PVC but elastomeric. A year back, Polycab, we launched green wires. Green wire, and we are the only company where our product is certified by IGBC as a Green Pro certified product, and which is used in green buildings. So that has got a special type of compound, which has got HR, which has got flame retardant, and which has got very low halogen. This is one of the best products what we have when it comes to consumers. But if you look at the safety, we also have fire survival cables, which is certified by LPCB UK. And this product can sustain fire for at least 3 hours. In the event of a fire in this place, and if imagine this place, we would have used fire survival cables, then the power will not go off in this place at least for 3 hours in spite of the fire. So what happens is, you need to see the light in case of
Right.
fire. Whenever there is a fire, you'll see dark smoke coming out of it. You do not see the exit path. I'll give you a fine example of your Upar cinema in
Hmm.
Delhi,
Hmm.
which caught fire a couple of decades back. And it was a vacation time. The family and kids went to see movie Border, and the fire took place in a substation below the theater, and it traveled through the AC duct. And as soon as the fire's black smoke came in, there was no light in that auditorium. The exit path was not visible, and a lot of kids, family, children died because of suffocation in that within the four walls. So a lot of innovation is happening in the product also. When it comes to house wire, when it comes to switches, switchgear, when it comes to cable also, there are a lot of things happening. Like for example, in medium voltage cable, your anti-tracking compound coming in, you have high ampacity product coming in. So that is happening. Being a market leader, we work towards all the technology or R&D as far as the organization is concerned.
Well, that's great. So now comes my next question. Wire is something which I'll consider as one-time investment when they are building, like building buildings and making homes. There are wires which will be used like once. So, what you or the company is doing to make the durability of the wires more, accessible to the consumer?
See, I'll tell you, we say the life of wire
Hmm.
is at least 25 years and above.
Right.
Now, there are special product which has come in the market, which is called electron beam product. It is, I would say, in the category of wire, electron beam is the best product available, where the insulation is bombarded with electron, and the current carrying capacity, or I would say the capacity to absorb heat is very high. So if you use electron beam wires, the current carrying capacity goes up by 2 times.
Wow.
And the life of the product is 50 years plus.
Wow.
So once you put into the wall, you did not have to look at it unless until you
Right.
drastically do
Right.
the
Right.
changes.
Right. So that's actually very great, and I'm to just in surprise. Like
Yeah.
50 years is such a long period
Yeah,
of time.
yeah.
Because nowadays, even if somebody is building home, they just take the lifespan around like what 30, 40 years that building might last. Like if we are making just a home.
I just want to add, is this product, when we electron beam was launched, it was used by railways
Okay.
because the thin wall wires, it was used in the automobile.
Mm-hmm.
And slowly this application came into solar wires because your solar wires are exposed to atmosphere. It is on the solar panel. So it has got a UV facility. And what do you call, the application is such that nothing happens to this product.
Oh, that's amazing. Like if it's accessible to everybody, like to the normal consumer, then it's might be the game changing thing in the wire
Yeah.
industry. So, like moving to the light and the switches section that you have mentioned earlier, that you also like your company work for that. So, what are the basic changes that you have seen over the period of time when it comes to switches? Specifically, it's a small part, but if I'm making a house, building a house, I would not want some kind of boring switches in my living room,
Yeah.
just ruining the aesthetic of the place. So, what are your thoughts? What are the changes that you have
See,
seen?
technology has changed. The aesthetic value of the switches have
Right.
changed over a period of time. Automation has come into it. IoT has come into it.
Right.
It all depends upon the consumer how much you want to spend on the interiors what you are trying to do. What is important for me is the most of the fire takes place at the contact between switch, the spark which emits. If the
Hmm.
quality of the switch is not great, so the spark travels along with the wire. That's how it catches fire. So whenever you hear about fire, the news comes saying that there was a short circuit.
Right.
A short circuit happens where it does not happen anywhere in between the wire. It could happen at the point where the trigger is there for the switches. So it is very important that you buy a quality product. That's the reason we want to give it as a solution. You take our wires, you take our switches, use it with connectors. Nothing is going to happen to your products. Today, what is happening? Electricians are just inserting those copper thing in the slot.
Mm-hmm.
Ideally speaking, they should be using lux, which is a connector in the end of the
Okay.
wire, and you just connect it. So life becomes longer.
Right.
So what is important is A, the quality of the product what you're buying. B, aesthetic, you can discern what you want to do.
Okay. So how Polycab as a company is making sure of certain standards while manufacturing switches, lights and wires? Like what are the basic quality checks and quality certifications you guys take care of?
See, if you look at all our products are made as per the BIS standards
Hmm.
if it has to be sold in India.
Hmm.
So we take care of that in terms of our product wires, cables, switches, lighting products, switchgear. So we produce as per BIS standards. We are one of the largest exporter of cables internationally. We supply to about 80 odd countries. Starting Europe is one of the biggest market for us, followed by US, Australia. So every country has got its own specification. Like if I have to supply materials to US, you need to have a UL approval. If I have to supply materials to UK, it has to be through BS standards. If I have to do business in Europe, it has to be as per IC standards. If I have to do business in Australia, it is ASNZ, that is Australia New Zealand
Right.
standards, which I need to follow. So we follow the norms which has been laid, and at the same time we also have a NABL lab within our premise, that is nationally accredited lab by the Government of India. So that is a lab where anybody can send the samples, get the product tested, and we can certify as a third party certification house.
Right.
So we do take, like when I said we are doing fire survival cables, so we got a product approved through LPCB, which is a UK based company, which is the highest body for fire survival cables.
So as a company, now that you have mentioned that you also supply things to Europe, UK, US, what is the one difference in consumer behavior that you notice there and here in India?
So there we are doing mainly large projects.
Okay.
Like in US, we've done a lot of solar projects. We've done a data center projects. When it comes to Europe, we've done a lot of oil and gas projects. So it is not directly to the consumer.
Okay.
It's purely a B2B
Okay.
transaction. So we picked up, in fact, last week itself, we've got an order from Spain for about $60 million, 60 million euro. It's a very big order. So we focus mainly on the projects. Oil and gas is the field where we focus much. And when I said Australia, we've done a lot of solar projects there.
Okay.
And within the country, we are doing a lot of railway projects too. We are doing, we've brought an order from Siemens Germany for 1,200 locomotives, which Siemens is building up in India, but the order got finalized in Siemens, Germany.
Right. That's great. So when we talk about automation, so how do you think automation is playing what kind of role in Polycab?
In manufacturing,
Yes.
have this MES. We are doing a project on Industry 4.0, which we are behind as compared to the other industry. I will not shy away from saying that, but we have just begun the Industry 4.0,
Right.
where digitally we will be controlling all the machines. Uptime will be monitored. We will look at it, why it is taking such a long time for changeovers. We're doing an SMED project within the organization. We're trying to get in AI into the organization, even in pricing, even in sales, data analytics, even at the factory. So AI is going to play a major role going forward as far as Polycab is concerned.
Right. And can you just give a brief about it, how AI is going to change the whole industry in the coming years? If I say like 30 years down the line, what will be the changes that AI could bring to the industry?
So there will be a lot. It's not only my industry. Yes, if have to talk about my industry, all my pricing would be automated through AI.
Okay.
Looking at the historical values in the system, we can do lot many things through AI on data analytics, on the behavior pattern of the customer, how often he buys,
Right.
at what price he has bought. If at all I have lost a business, I have lost to whom, at what price gap. With a click of a button, the entire dashboard will throw away as far as the customer is concerned.
Yeah.
When it comes to the factory, AIs would throw away the methodology of, they will correct us how we are doing the changeovers, whether we are doing the right thing, how we can improve. on the time. If a changeover takes about say 7-8 hours, how can I do it in half an hour or 1 hour? So I'm sure going forward, AI is going to play a major role in any manufacturing or industrial.
And what about the consumers? Like how you gonna make changes in your devices, switches, lights, and all of it? Like, what do you think will be the possible future for lights with AI?
So again, it will depend upon the pattern how you're going to use your lights. If at all I'm using a light and it's connected through IoT, I would know at what time of the hour what is the light used, and the pattern we can work on saving as far as the customers are concerned.
Right.
And
So
it's evolving. It's
it's
evolving. Yeah,
evolving and dynamic.
yeah, absolutely.
So if I just talk about Polycab, how Polycab is contributing to India's infrastructure and smart city projects, if you can just give a brief about that.
See, as I said, we are the India's largest wire and cable company. So it's not that we are not there in any of the business. Like we've done a lot of work with smart building projects. Uh, we've recently received an order from Bullet Train for the stations. We've done metros all over the country. In Kochi, we did a pilot we took a smart city project where entire cables were chained, laid, data automation has been done. Even your Ayodhya Mandir
Right.
project, we supplied cables.
Wow.
So we're there everywhere.
Right.
And cable and wire is one thing which you cannot do without. If you're building a house, you need a wire. You do whatever you want. You need cables and wires for transmitting the power.
Fair enough, but like if I just say ki now the dynamics are changing, new generation is coming, new products are evolving every other day. You see something else in the market, and during these times, how Polycab is trying to just be in the competition. Like what kind of new innovations you guys are planning, what kind of new products or any changes in the old product, anything which is in pipeline, and our consumer may be aware of those innovations.
See, we have a R&D center in
Right.
Baroda,
Hmm.
and we've got uh, PhD doctorates in chemicals. So basically, in our business, when it comes to cable and wire, we need to work on metals, your aluminum and copper, which are the basic material which transmits the power. Along with that, what is important, heart of the cable is the insulation. There is a lot of work happening on the compounding, how
Right.
we can improve on the performance of the product. Like when I named electron beam, as I said, we can use one size lower. It is contributing to ESG. That means you're sustaining it. Like as far as Polycab is concerned, we are doing lot many things. Since we spoke about ESG, we are about 18% of the power is generated in-house. We are moving away from oil furnace to electric furnace. We're using electrical forklifts and all this stuff. Water harvesting, we are working on that. So our aim is by 2030 we should have at least one product to begin with, which is net zero.
Wow.
So that is what we are looking at. So our R&D team, there are educated, qualified people who are working towards on improving the product specifications.
Now that you have mentioned Europe, US, and every other country, and now in today's time when we just talk about these country, Hormuz or Middle East comes to the point. So I just would like to know ki how much your import and export are getting impacted nowadays that the war has started, and how you guys are tackling, and is there any subsequent impact on the consumer?
See, it is not much affected as far as our product is concerned.
Okay.
There is few products which comes from Middle East.
Hmm.
When I have to use insulating material for medium voltage cables, because customers specify certain brands of insulation to be used. So there is one company from where we buy, it's closed down, but we have moved on to the other vendors.
Okay.
So as far as raw material is concerned, there's not much of a problem. The major problem what we are facing in Polycab currently is supply of gas. See, we've done backward integration. So we've got rolling mills. We buy aluminum rods and we make our own conductor. We buy copper cathode and we make our own conductors. So we have got furnaces, so we need oil. So we've got a steel plant where we do galvanizing. So because of the government has restricted the supply of gas, so it has affected our supplies. So basic raw material like I would say steel has impacted us currently, but even then, uh, we were never using about 100% or 90%
Right.
capacity utilization. Capacity utilization was about 70-75%.
Hmm.
So there was a bit of about, I would say, 15 to 20% disruption in my production, other than not much. But the way things are now, with Honorable Prime Minister talking of asking everybody to save on oil,
Right.
so we do not know what the future is.
Yeah.
So we don't know. So whatever is there, it could be for everyone.
Quite
Like the way we
unpredictable.
had in COVID, I would not say that it should be repeated, but yes, this situation may happen. And as an organization, as the largest manufacturer of cables and wires with 20 to 23% market share, we are more or less prepared as far as the procurement is concerned.
So now that you have just mentioned, what if something like COVID happens? So how your company will be prepared for?
So
What
that
are the
would be there
precautions?
for everyone. I think
Yeah.
we just pray that such things do not happen. But if it happens, we'll have to live with it. The way we have come out of COVID, we'll be coming out of this. But
Right.
it's very important that Middle East crisis is resolved as early as possible. It's very important for everyone in this planet
Right.
would be praying that, okay, that is sorted out immediately.
Let's hope for the best
Yeah.
in that regards. So now my next question is related to cables only. What is the most sold cable in your company? Like one cable if you can, or one wire if you can just name, like this is the most sold item of our company.
See, I'll tell you, there are different categories of product.
Yeah.
Low voltage cable, medium voltage
Hmm.
cable. If I say metal wise, low voltage cable is the most.
Okay.
If you ask me the size, it would be 3.5, 300. When it comes to wire, it is 1.5 square mm wire, which is sold the most.
Well, it was an interesting conversation with you, sir. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks a lot.